another characteristic of worldly music I wanted to mention tonight that we should listen for, and that is scooping or sliding. Scooping, it's sliding up to a note from a tack below its true pitch, and it's a common characteristic of worldly music. Let's listen to an example of this. Elvis Presley singing Peace in the Valley.
Called me away.
It's hard to stay still. Listen to Elvis Presley even sing something slow, because it was so sensual. That is not spiritual music, my friend. That is not spiritual music. That is Christian music sung in a sensual, sexy style. And that feeds something, but it's not the Spirit. All right, how about the Gaithers? I cried holy.
I cried holy.
It's the long-haired dude here.
Oh, the angels all beneath there. They came.
He's all over the place. I cried holy. That's not holy. Here's Jossie again. The scooping or sliding.
Heaven, open your eyes. There you have no sky.
Oh, he'll never leave you. No need to
Come as you are.
hide.
The song.
He's always
The scooping, sliding, not hitting the notes clearly, but coming up or coming down on those notes is a very sensual technique. Changes the whole message of the music. And those are three chief characteristics of worldly music tonight that we need to learn to listen to, because they're not spiritual. They're not used by the world for spiritual purposes. They're used for sexual or sensual purposes. And that's why they're employed. That's why they were devised and created. And that's why they're used by the world tonight. And sensuality has no part in good Christian music.
Amen.
Never. Let's listen to a few pieces of music and think about them. This is the Statesman. Statesman. 50s. 1950s. There we go. That's old Southern Gospel. The Statesman were one of the biggest names in Southern Gospel in the 50s. And they're all dead now, every single one of them. But the Statesman, I'll walk with Jesus. Let's play that again. Now think about it. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's a backbeat. That's a backbeat. That's a backbeat. It makes it. You want to dance. You want to just, man. It's a backbeat. Here's the cathedrals. Through the water. Step into the water. I guess you're talking about baptism or Holy Spirit. Step into the water. Let's play that again. Step into the water. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a backbeat. That's a backbeat. It's a rock and roll beat. The Gaithers. It's pure boogie woogie, and they're going to have a wonderful time up there. I guess we party in heaven. Party down in heaven. That's what the music's saying. That's what the music's saying. Here is some more contemporary. The Vineyard, Rock of My Salvation.
Thank you, Jesus. Rock of my salvation.
Very soft, very, very soft ballad style rock.
My firm foundation.
It's a backbeat. It's a 2, 3, 4. It's a. But listen to this next same song. 2, 4. Now you can hear it a little better, but it's the same song. It just got a little harder. It gets a little harder toward the end, harder and harder. You got more of the guitars coming in, more of the drums coming in. That's rock music. That's the music that rock and rollers say is sexy music, sensual music. Here's another vineyard example from the vineyard movement today. This is Love. That offbeat? That's the offbeat. That's the offbeat. They got a little drum or something there, just barely emphasizing that. Here's the same song later as they get a little harder. So it gets easier to hear. But it's the backbeat. So you got the drum now is real easy to hear. Hitting the offbeat, that rock and roll beat. That's rock and roll. It doesn't matter how loud or soft it is. It's the beat that's the characteristic of rock and roll, the backbeat. We saw that. The rock and roll musicians teach us that. And here's a piano example. It's called You.
In every country, in every nation.
That's rock and roll. Here, a little bit later, the same song. There, it's easy to hear. You got the drums going. The drums make it very easy to hear. But it doesn't matter if the drums are there or not. Drums do not make rock and roll. It was rock and roll before the drums ever cut in. Rock and roll is a backbeat. It can be played with any instrument just about. Well, let's listen to some different kind of music. There is no backbeat here. There is nothing you want to dance to. Nothing. There's nothing sensual about this. There is nothing worldly about this. It is different than anything in the world. It is spiritual. It's spiritual. Not because it was written 100 years ago or whenever it was written, but because of the style. And the message of the music there fits the message of the words. Here's another example, Like a River Glorious. Straight beat. Straight beat. No offbeats, no backbeats, no breakbeats, no sliding, slurring, scooping, any of that stuff. Just sweet, nice melody, beautiful harmony, and a simple rhythm. And beautiful words like a river glorious. And the message of the music perfectly matches the message of the words. That's good Christian music. It doesn't matter when it's written. Here's another example, The Love of God.
The love of God is greater far than tongue or pen.
No backbeat, no breakbeat, straight beat. Nothing feeding the flesh, nothing making you want to dance. Nothing. Music just perfectly fits the words. You got perfectly good Christian music there. By the way, that song's not very old. And so, those are lessons of how to listen to music. How to discern the contemporary beat. Contemporary Christian music always uses a rock beat. It's that simple. And if you know what the rock beat is, and you know how to listen to it, then you'll never be deceived by contemporary Christian music.